Hello, I'm Andrew Jobs.
I'm Sam King. We are lab partners. Today we'll be working on our chemistry final project, which is baking a batch of
Chewy chocolate chip cookies. All
from
right.
Ghirardelli.
1 cup butter, compound. 2 large eggs, compound. 3/4 cup sugar, compound. 3/4 cup brown sugar packed tightly, compound. 2 cups bittersweet chocolate chips, compound. 2 1/4 cup flour, compound. 1 teaspoon baking soda, compound. 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, compound. 1/2 teaspoon salt, compound. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Mix in the dry ingredients, including the flour, baking soda, salt. Adding these ingredients is a physical change as they are becoming more dispersed into the mixture. We are using a convection oven, meaning the heat is being transferred to the cookies through the air. After we mix the dry ingredients together, we add the wet ingredients. These wet ingredients make the compound more liquidy, which is a physical change. Another physical change occurs when we add the sugars. These make the mixture more viscous. After we mix the dry ingredients, we then add the eggs. Eggs are partly polar and partly nonpolar. Its nonpolar end will dissolve in oil and its polar end is attractive to water, so it is able to keep two substances mixed together. The molecular polarity of vanilla extract is hydrophilic, which means it spreads across and mixes very well with dry ingredients. This benefits our recipe because it helps everything mix together well so we have even cookies with properly distributed ingredients. Next, we mix in the flour to thicken the mixture. The first cookies are thought to be made by accident. Bakers use them as test cakes to see the oven temperature. And lastly, before the cookies are baked, the chocolate chips are added. Once you complete your dough, place it in the fridge to chill. It increases the flavor. We stir in the chocolate chips, and then we get ready to place the cookie dough onto a sheet pan. This sheet pan is made of aluminum, which has a specific heat capacity of 0.9 joules. This will evenly and efficiently transfer the heat to each individual cookie. This represents conduction, another flow of energy. Very shortly, we will begin to bake our cookies. Then, our first chemical change will occur. The sugar will caramelize due to the intense heat of the oven. The water is removed from the sugars as steam, and the sugars begin to break down. The heat of the oven is a convection heat transfer, which is an endothermic process. It is used to break down the bonds within the cookie. Then, as the cookies are baking, another chemical reaction occurs. It's commonly known as the Maillard reaction. The Maillard reaction is a chemical reaction between amino acids and reducing sugars. Proteins in the cookie begin to brown, producing a delicious flavor. In this time lapse, you can see the cookies start to expand. After the cookies expand, they begin to sink back down. The cookies are brought out of the oven into colder air. They begin to cool off rapidly. This is an exothermic flow of energy. This diagram shows lecithin, which is in eggs. Lecithin is the thing we mentioned earlier, which has a nonpolar head and a polar head. These help combine the ingredients. This graph shows it in great detail. This image shows the molecular makeup of vanillin. Vanillin is mostly polar. The only bonds in vanillin that are not polar are the C to C bonds and the octagon in the center. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate your attention.